Hey everybody, John Skiba here from the Consumer Warrior YouTube channel, and in this video I want to talk about a question I get all the time here in my bankruptcy law practice in the state of Arizona, and that is, what does filing a Chapter 7 bankruptcy do to your credit score? But if this is your first time here to my YouTube channel, please click subscribe, check on that little bell. That way you'll be notified each and every day when I put out a new video that'll help you deal with serious debt issues. All right, let's talk about bankruptcy and what it does to your credit score. This is obviously one of the biggest factors when people are considering bankruptcy or not, is how it's going to impact their credit, their ability to get lending in the future, and just how that whole process works. I can tell you that a lot of people that I work with here in my law practice in the state of Arizona, they find themselves, usually most people wait, frankly, too long before making that decision to file a Chapter 7 bankruptcy, and they've let accounts go into collections, lawsuits, wage garnishments, maybe even repossessions and foreclosures. Those types of things, frankly, do a lot more damage to your credit score than the bankruptcy itself. If you're late on a credit card, if you're late on a car loan or a home loan, every 30 days, they report that to the credit reporting agencies, and so your credit report gets hit every 30, 60, 90, 120 days late. It's inactive collections. Those things are going to bring your score down dramatically. If you find yourself in that situation and you file a Chapter 7, you may be pleasantly surprised to see that your score is actually going to go up and go up fairly quickly, just because you've stopped the bleeding there, essentially. You've stopped the continual reporting of negative information on the credit report, and it's important to remember bankruptcy is just one point in time. It's one specific date that shows up on your credit report. It's not like a credit card where you're late, where every 30 days they're updating that with additional negative information. So if you find yourself in a situation where your credit has already just been damaged significantly, when you file a Chapter 7, you might see a 40, 50 point drop in the score, but from there it'll go up. Now, if your credit is in good shape right now and you're looking at filing a Chapter 7 bankruptcy, which I do see frequently in my law practice, where people have kept things up to date, but now they're to a point where they just can't make those monthly minimum payments anymore. If your score is over 700, you're going to see a pretty significant decrease, probably 100 to 150 point drop. But from there, similar to those who are behind, you're going to see it go up fairly significantly. The typical Chapter 7 bankruptcy takes about 4 to 5 months to process. And then I tell clients, give it 1 or 2 reporting cycles, 30 to 60 days after the discharge order is entered by the bankruptcy court, and look at your credit score at that point. Now, what the report itself should look like, your creditors will still show up on the report, but the amounts owed will be zeroed out, and there will be a notation in there stating that it was discharged in bankruptcy. The public records section of your credit report will also provide the information on your bankruptcy filing. Most people will start to see their score improve to the point where it's fully recovered around 18 to 24 months after your bankruptcy case has been completed. Most mortgage lenders like FHA, VA type loans, you're eligible 2 years after a Chapter 7. Other types of lending is usually around 3 years after a Chapter 7 is completed before you're going to be eligible to get a regular mortgage type loan. Car loans and credit cards are available almost immediately, for good or for bad. You'll see if you file a Chapter 7 bankruptcy, your mailbox is going to get blown up with advertisements for credit cards and car loans almost immediately. Particularly car loans, they're not super risky loans for the lender. They have collateral if you don't pay that they can repossess. You're just going to get better interest rates the further you get away from the filing. But I can tell you here locally in the Phoenix area, I have been surprised at how good the interest rates are early on for those who have just gone through a Chapter 7 bankruptcy. The short of it is, you can't sugarcoat it. There's obviously consequences to your credit report and the credit score for filing a Chapter 7 bankruptcy. However, it's not as bad as most people think, and they recover much more quickly. Usually around that 2-year mark is when you start to see some dramatic improvement to the overall credit score. So if you've filed for bankruptcy and you've had an experience that's similar, or if your experience was different, put it down in the comments. I'd like to hear as far as what your experience was, as far as your ability to recover from bankruptcy and moving forward. If you're in the state of Arizona and you're considering bankruptcy, check out the information below the video. I'd be happy to do a free consultation to help you determine if bankruptcy is a good option for your situation. Thanks for watching today.